Hey, so it's day 8 of my ruckus, and hmm, I feel okay. I feel like I did a good job taking care of myself today. Um, this today's video feels like what's been up for me has been a lot around taking care of my little girl. And I told my therapist today, that I feel crazy oftentimes when I talk about my little girl. And when I say my little girl, it's like Sonya between the ages of 7 and 10. Probably 7 and 9. By the time I was 10, I felt like I wasn't really allowed to be a little girl. I had to be grown. And so I'm trying to do this without you all. I stare at my boobs. Okay. And so uh, I didn't. So between, I would say, I guess 7 and 9 is when things started feeling unsafe for me in my world. And so when something feels scary, that's the first person who shows up is 7, 8, or 9-year-old Sonya, and she wants to know who's going to take care of her. She wants to know who's like loves her. Um, she just gets really, really frightened. And, I mean, for years and years and years, I had a really destructive relationship with my little girl. Basically, I just hated her. Like, my belief was that she was going to get us killed, right? I started believing that, I think, at 10. When I stopped believing that I could be a little girl, I needed to be like a grown up and handle shit. And that was how I was going to live. And if I didn't do that, bad things would happen. And so I felt like this vulnerable, frightened part of me um, was a danger to being able to survive, um, a significant number of the elements of my childhood. And so, yeah, so I just really ignored her. Um, I really disliked her. I was very mean to her. And so consequently, she acted out in ridiculous ways that showed up in my behavior. And when I look at it now, it's just like, oh, yeah, no, like my little girl is completely running that show, and doing really ridiculous things that an 8-year-old would do to get attention or to feel protected or loved or whatever. And, through a whole lot of therapy, God bless my therapist, she's phenomenal. Um, I've learned to change my relationship with my little girl. And today, my relationship with my little girl is one of caring. I care for her. I take care of her, even when I don't want to, um, because I remember that she's a little girl and that children need taken care of, and that she needs a thing that she didn't always get when I was actually that age. And so part of my job is to go back and heal that. And so that's so very present for me in this process, asking, um, trusting that I could launch this campaign, um, in many ways, just made blatant the areas of fear and neglect that were part of my childhood, the times when I just wasn't cared for. And so, like immediately I went back to, you're not going to be cared for. Like, nobody's going to take care of me, because nobody cares, right? Like, that's a story. And so, like, I have to take care of me. Like, my job is to parent little me, and to be loving and kind to her. And it's interesting, like, I don't have children. I don't want children. And in some ways, I have a child. I have a little girl who I have to take care of. And I want to be able to take care of her because, she deserves that. But a lot of me taking care of her so she doesn't fuck up my life. Like she will show her whole ass if I am not, if I do not, um, yeah, if I don't care for her. So I'm trying to care for her. Um, but sometimes it feels really insane. I like have to ask her what she wants and where she wants to go, and I have to tell her out loud that she's safe and that she's okay. And some days I feel like a complete and total nutcase doing that. But it's saving me. It's saving my life. Um, and so that's what I'm doing today. Today I'm honoring my little girl. Um, and when I do that, things go so much better. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Crossed the 12,000 mark today. I think we're at $12,300, $12,331, which is freaking awesome. Tomorrow, I think we're shooting for $15,000. If we can get to 15K tomorrow, that would be like just baffling. But we're certainly going to try. Yeah, I feel okay. I feel like I'm taking care of myself. Um, one of my, like, no, not even one of, my first love had surgery today. Like a long hours and hours and hours surgery, and he's out, but he's in ICU. And so I'm sending you, sir, just my whole heart filled with love and healing, because I love you. And I love everybody else who's watching this video. Thank you guys for being part of my third ruckus. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Thanks. Thanks for being my community. You're keeping me together. Good night.